Hello, and welcome to Sangri's COVID Classroom for a whole new week. Who knows how many weeks this will be? Here's week 2 anyway. Also, quick aside, I think the weather changes in this feed. I don't think it's always raining outside. I'm going to check again tomorrow, but that's just a fun fact. Okay, so getting into the plan for Monday. Basically, this is this. You really missed my screencast so much. And this is what you're doing today. Basically, the purpose is for you to write a brief review and criticism of someone's Odyssey thing that they wrote. And here's how you're going to do that. So here you're going to click on this link. This takes you to, get out of here. This takes you to a giant document that is basically everybody's stuff compiled with nobody's name on it. So you can see there's a huge range of things that people chose to do. So this is a newspaper article. This is a cool comic. A lot of them were the story option. Someone went into the Instagram realm, so you can see that there's different styles of thing, and what you get to do is choose one that you like. So if you're looking for a short story, scroll down, eventually you'll find one, and you can't pick your own. That's the only technicality, but you can pick anything from this list, and it will be everyone's project. So you're like, okay, cool. Now I've chosen the one that I want to write basically a review or a criticism of. So here's how you're going to write that review. Once you've chosen it, I'm going to choose this short story. It's easy to highlight. Once you've chosen it, you're just going to highlight it, and then you're going to copy it. Ooh, not cut, copy. And then you will open up your own Google Doc. I'm not making you a template. You're just going to open your own, basically. And you can put it there, paste it in, just so you have it and can read it through if you need it. And this is also the document where you're going to write your review. So you should share it with me. Give it a title, share it with me. And then you can get into writing your review. So here's the basic structure of what I want it to look like. First, I want you to give it some stars. So you can do, you can type the star. If you're feeling ambitious, you can bring in a special type of star where you draw a star in the special characters thing and get some stars up in there. You could bring in some pics, whatever. I want stars. This is like a review, you know? So bring in a star and give it your rating out of 5. This is going to be huge. So give it a rating out of 5. Probably the easiest one is this. But let's say you read through Mystery Island and you're like, this person had an interesting idea, but I feel like they didn't really get there by the end. I'm going to give them, out of 5, I'm going to give them 2 stars. And then you need to justify that in your review. So the structure of your review is basically things I liked, and you should have 3 bullet points for that. And then things I disliked, same thing, 3 bullet points. This is so hard. Okay. And then after you've done your stars and your things you liked and disliked, here's your review. And this doesn't have to be too long. It can be, I don't know, maybe 4 to 5 sentences, but you're basically going to explain kind of the first bit should be a summary. So you're Mystery Island. I haven't read Mystery Island yet, so talks about Odysseus, probably Odysseus sleeping around because it's all he really does. And then you can explain it in the beginning, and then you just provide your review of it, drawing on what you liked and what you disliked. So you can be I appreciated how it showed Odysseus and how much he loves women. But I think it was missing description and detail and color and that sort of thing. Or if it has bad grammar, you can also be the grammar was lacking, but maybe the grammar sucked, but the idea was cool, so you can be the ideas were cool. You want to basically give your full critical review and diagnosis of how you think this story was. And was lacking. Whatever, you get the idea. Provide me with some feedback review sentences. And that's basically it. So once you've made this, you can title it whatever you want because I'll see that you shared it with me and make sure you've shared it with me. And then that's it. I'll get your review and I'll find out whose stories were the most popular or whose comic. Oh, no, this isn't just stories, by the way. This is like comics. This is the Instagram thing. Whose thing was the most popular for people to select and want to read and learn about. And this also lets you have a chance to be like, oh, okay, so cool. That's what people are doing to wrap up the Odyssey. And final note, this is like the way you can model what you're doing. So this is one of my favorite books, Station 11, and it's out of 5 stars. And then there's like a summary, so you're going to do the summary piece, but obviously not as long. And then down here are all the comments, so they go on for a long time because, nerds. But they like to talk about the good and the bad and the things that are useful about the book. She talks about this book and explains how it's beautiful and whatever. And there are a lot of reviews. So in terms of like what you're modeling, it's kind of like that. And that is it for today. And that is it for me. And, have a good Monday.